Familia, I just got my hair done yesterday. Look how good it looks. If you're wondering what I did the same thing. She cut my hair because it was super flat. And then she always dyes it this dark color because it's my natural shade. I mean, my natural hair color. So that when my roots grow out, you don't really see a difference. She was telling me my natural hair color is dark ash brown. I always thought it was like a black. But no, I feel like a new woman, and I was like, I have to film today because my hair is done, and the last time my hair was done this great, my girl's so good, she's in Long Beach, was 6 months ago, okay? So hi. I am feeling so good. Today is voting day in California, so I am going to vote right after I film here. What are we doing today, you may ask? Wait, if you don't know who I am Magdalene Janet. Girl, what the heck? I don't know what fell, but I will figure that out later. I'm Magdalene Janet. Welcome to the Familia. If you are new, don't forget to subscribe. And of course, welcome back to all my oldies but goodies. I've been in a top 10, top 5 sort of mood, just giving you guys the tea on what is great. And I'll have everything tagged here for you on screen. If you see the pop-ups, it's me just adding the products that I am talking about. It does help my channel out so much, but of course, no pressure. I will always have it on screen for you and in the description box with all the shades and all the details. So let's get started. Today, we're talking about eyeshadow palettes. I received a comment on YouTube Shorts, I'll show you here, asking what my top 5 eyeshadow palettes are. And I was like, you know what, that is such a great idea. I haven't been doing eyeshadow, full-on eyeshadow looks. Remember, like I used to do 5 looks, 1 palette? That was back in the pandemic times. Every single eyeshadow palette I would buy, I would review and do 5 eyeshadow looks for you. The reason I stopped doing that, because I do get some comments regarding those videos. The reason I stopped is because they were no longer really pulling in viewership. It was a lot of work to have a video not do well. So I just changed up the system, and maybe I'll one day go back to it. And speaking of that, I was thinking, as I was like thinking about this video, would you guys watch like a beginner friendly eyeshadow tutorial? I do a lot of eyeshadow looks in YouTube Shorts. So a bunch of my short form content has a lot of eyeshadow looks that I either wear at events or when I'm filming, or I've done some on live too. Let me know if you want a video like that. We want to get back to the teaching because you know I love to teach. So let me know your thoughts. In the meantime, let's talk about my 5 favorite eyeshadow palettes. They are both drugstore, affordable, and high-end. We're gonna start off with the drugstore. You already know which one high-end I probably like. Okay, this one I like. This one is one of the rare palettes that have neutral undertones. I personally love a neutral type of eyeshadow palette because it is perfect for every day, whether you work at an office, if you just do your makeup for fun. If you want just something easy, a neutral eyeshadow will always be your best friend. This palette right here is from NYX. It's the Ultimate Neutral Warm Neutrals palette. It is a good pigmented palette. I just really love the shades. They're like some neutrals, and then you have some burgundy cranberry shades that definitely work. This, I always feel like I use it a lot in the fall because it does have the cranberry shades. On brown skin tone, it really works well. I will say that the drugstore doesn't have a lot of good eyeshadow palettes in my opinion, which is why a lot of times I don't use them as frequently as I would like to, because there's only a handful that I'm gonna talk about today. So this one is 20 bucks. You can find it at Ulta, Walmart, any other drugstore. It is available. I will tag it for you. This one is a very basic, simple eyeshadow palette. The eyeshadows are smooth, very creamy, although they're powdery, but they're not as pigmented as I would like it to. But the pigment works good enough. Things don't have to be extremely pigmented to work. As long as we have good pigment and it just doesn't disappear, we're good. This one, I will categorize it on the most average basic eyeshadow palette that gets the job done. You know what I'm saying? Right, let's move on. Number 2, an eyeshadow palette that I feel like not only is it affordable, it really reminds me of high-end quality because of the pigment, is Morphe eyeshadows. I really love both of these. This one's my absolute favorite because again, it's, you know, a neutral. This is the Flickering Sands palette. You can see how this one looks. And this one is in a cool tone, very similar palette to the other one. You have your cool tones here, and then you have some neutrals here. Both of these palettes, girl, I'm so excited to go vote. Both of these palettes are great. I think they work both very well. Neither one of the shades formulas feel or apply differently. That's sometimes what I worry about when a brand releases multiple palettes, is all the formula going to be the same? And it is. Let's talk about the cool tone because I always use this one. Morphe relaunched all their eyeshadow palette. Well, relaunched the whole line like last year, I think. Or maybe the year before, and last year they released a bunch of these, and they have smaller ones too. If you want to use the smaller ones, they have even, look, baby ones, especially if you're a beginner. I really like a small eyeshadow palette like this. I think 6 shades, 3 shades, 5 shades really help you just kind of get a look together instead of having so many options, especially when you're new to makeup. It can be very intimidating and it could be a lot. Oh my god, the lawnmowers. If you guys hear it, I'm so sorry. I love that we have the options. This one, I would say it's a big palette. I don't think it's too big, and I like how cohesive both Morphe palettes are, that you get lights, dark, shimmers, and the way it's set up on the palette, on the pan, I feel like it's visually very appealing, which will allow you to create looks, I don't know, easily, because typically your look will be light to dark, maybe a little bit dark, that's it. With eyeshadows, you want to do 3 shades, 4 shades if you're getting a little fancy schmancy. But these palettes really feel high-end. You get a very buttery formula, both the mattes and shimmers. You get a lot of pigment out of this. You don't get a lot of fallout. They're not too powdery. That's what you want in a good eyeshadow palette. Things that are pigmented, again, not too pigmented, but you want that pigment that each palette has to stick on. That's when you know a palette is good, is as you're applying your eyeshadow, it kind of sticks onto your base. I love these. I think these works out so well. You can see I'm hitting pan in this one, and look at this one. So Morphe, I mean, I've been talking to you guys about Morphe for all year long, all last year, that they're really coming up, and it's feeling very high-end at affordable prices. I really love their relaunch because it is truly amazing. They really put in a lot of effort and thought into these launches, and these eyeshadows are just no less. These are amazing, and they're about $20 if I'm not mistaken, 22, and I think these are probably like 15. I'll put it up on screen. I don't know the exact price, but we know Morphe is affordable. Okay, palette number 3, ABH, especially Sultry. I love small palettes. This one, I have to say, it's more of a cooler brown tone. This one I've been using, I don't know, for a little over a year. I love how very pigmented this is. This palette is a lot more pigmented than the first 2 I've talked about. So if you want a little more oomph, you're gonna get it with this palette. I love the lineup of it. You have your neutrals, you have your shimmers, and you have your bit of a cool tone here with the black shade. Palettes that have black shades, it's always helpful because you can always mix things together and make things softer or make them deeper, which is why I love palettes that typically have a black shade. I always really depend on a black shade for my like makeup looks, but this palette is great. You can see here, look at this. This thing is so pigmented, and honestly, this palette, the one I have, is old. I got it like a while ago. We got creaminess galore. ABH Sultry palette. They have, I believe, 2 other ones, a very cool tone like gray, and then like a green one. All of them are just pigmented and very buttery. I will say all of these do last on oily lids well. A lot of that is that pigment. The way the eyeshadow adheres onto your lid is most likely the way it's going to last on your lid, and it's not going to flake. It's not going to separate, especially because your eye area always moves and you're blinking. A lot of times eyeshadows, if it's not like a pigmented and creamy, that adheres, you're gonna get a lot of creasing, especially throughout the day. None of these do that because of that creamy powder formula. And this is it. This is one that's really, really good. Okay, I can't have an eyeshadow palette video without talking about Mario. Mario's eyeshadow palettes, especially this matte, the Masters matte, is my favorite. I typically always go for this one, but no lie, lately I've been going for the neutrals one because it has these perfect neutrals and a gray that can totally turn your eye look to a very cool tone eye look. Again, like Morphe, both of these, what am I saying? Both of these formulas are so good, very pigmented, not too chalky. They blend very, very well. It adheres to your eyelid. I love this. This is so flippin' good. You guys know I use this all the time. Typically, anytime you see me have a matte eye, it's these, except for today. I used another one. But I love these palettes. They're so good and they're quite versatile. They are truly perfect for every day, especially if you do everyday looks. I don't have a lot of colorful ones here because honestly, I don't really do a lot of like green, blue eyeshadows. I feel like if I do that, it's more gonna be like an eyeliner, a blue eyeliner or a green eyeliner. Both of those colors go very well with dark brown eyes. So, FYI. By the way, I will say, if you're like, wait, this is too expensive, Magdalene, because I know they're like 50, 60 bucks. I would say the Morphe one is the closest dupe to the formula of the mattes. It's not a dupe completely, but I do feel like both of these formulas I find very, very similar, and the color scheme is quite similar. Of course, this is mattes only, and then this has shimmers. So if you're looking for an alternative for the Makeup by Mario one, I would say this one is probably the closest we will get to it until I find another one. Speaking of affordable and an alternative, do you guys have eyeshadow palettes that you like from the drugstore or that are affordable? Let me know in the comments so we can try it out and test out new stuff, because that's why I'm here, you know? My number 5. This one is a new one. The one I have on right now, look at this. You see this eye look? She's so cute. The new Rare Beauty one. This palette is truly a very basic eyeshadow palette. It has 8 shades. It has a neutral, it has light shades, it has shimmers, it has a dark brown, and then it has this like burgundy brown. I will say this palette, when I first reviewed it, I was like, oh, it's cute. You know, I thought it was just whatever. But when I started using it, I just love how pigmented this is. This is a very pigmented palette that adheres to your lid. Look at my eyeshadow lid. How good this color basically has stuck on. That's what you want. I mean, with makeup, basically that's kind of what you want in order for it to adhere. It kind of hugs your skin, especially depending on the type of skin you're putting your makeup on. If it's eyeshadow, the eye area is very, very sensitive, and your lids, not only do they get oily, they do crease a lot, and throughout the day you can have a lot of creasing. And if you're using like a cheaper, very powdery, lightweight eyeshadow, it may not hold well for a long period. It could look good for 3-4 hours, but then past, typically I find makeup starts falling apart after the 8th hour, where that's when your oils and sweat really, really come through, unless you're already living in a either hot climate or you naturally have extremely oily skin, or you work out in your makeup or something like that. This palette, oh my god, speaking of long wear, this truly lasts all day long. I used it twice. The first time I was like cool about it, but the more I used it, the more I really fell in love with it, especially because it's very basic, it's very neutral, it's everyday, and there's only 8 eyeshadows that make things very easy. Lately, I've been really about ease. What is gonna make my life easier, but I also wanna look pretty and put together, and eyeshadow always kind of gives you that ba-ba-boom in your makeup. Even this eyeshadow look, it's very easy and kind of like a 3-step sort of program, but something about it brings out the eyes so much. And this is it. This is the palette I use. I used this one first here. I did this one in the crease. Bam, bam, bam. I mixed this one and this one, the lid. I mean, my little eyeliner. And then this pale, pale neutral all here. And this is what I got. I was gonna add some shimmer, but I decided to go more with a matte look. This palette, this one for me, it was like very surprising how much I liked it, because when I saw it, I thought it was very basic and it looked like not much, but that pigment, that creaminess, and the way it just adheres onto your lid, girl, so good. So these are my top 5 that I love so dearly, so much. Let me know what your thoughts are on these 5, but wait, I have an alternative. Natasha Denona. So we need to talk about this one in particular. Not all of Natasha Denona eyeshadow palettes I find are made the same. I think some of the color schemes I just don't like. They're not my favorite. But this one, she's deep. She's beautiful. She's mysterious. She's sexy. Back in 2024, I think I bought this. As you can see, I used the heck out of this. 2024 was my really smoky eye era. I feel like I'm still in that era. Let me show you some pictures of that smoky eye. This was the palette I was using. Love the creaminess, and I think the color scheme is beautiful because it's not your typical neutral. It is neutral with a peachy, cool undertone with purples. You see all these purples, and then you see this like peach shade, and this one even is a cool tone kind of gray. The way I use the heck, oh my god, I'm mixing everything, hold on. Way I just, girl, hold on, let me, here, look at this. Look, mind you, this is the palette I got in 2024. It's old and it is still just as good. Okay, I will still use this. I have a meeting at YouTube tomorrow, and I think I'm gonna go back to my 2024 like smoky eye. If I do that, I'm gonna put the picture here. Something about this gives me such sultry look. Because I have dark features, a really dark smoky eye really works well with my eyes. I'm really thinking about doing it. This is just one of the most beautiful palettes, and it has this like, what are these called? I cannot think of. The multi-dimensional colors. You see there's like a green, there's purple in here, and it just adds to this palette's character. This is my dream palette. The thing about this is not available everywhere. I checked yesterday. I was Googling, making sure all my palettes are available and making sure I could talk to you about them. This is available right now at Ulta, luckily, and at Kohl's. I think that's it. I will tag it for you for sure. You need to get this palette. This palette is gonna make you have such a sultry, beautiful, sexy look, and it will last forever, ever. And I'm so mad that it's like not readily available like at Sephora and other places. This palette was me coming back to eyeshadow looks after my break from like 2020 to like 2024. That smoky eye era, it was because of her. For a long time, I think that entire year, I couldn't do like a smoky eye without tapping into at least 1 or 2 shades for this bad boy. The only reason she is a alternative slash honorable mention is because she's not available everywhere. We could honestly, should I say top 6 eyeshadow? Just kidding. We're gonna keep it to top 5. Okay, this is it, Familia. Let me know your thoughts about eyeshadows. Do you like eyeshadows? Are you on the team of let's get these makeup looks and makeup tutorials back? Forget all the clean skin, or what is it called? Clean girl makeup, everyday makeup. Let me know your thoughts on that, because there's talks whether should we go back to the old school full eye, smoky eye, full coverage makeup, or keep it cute and simple. Honestly, you know me, I'm a versatile girl. I like both. I will do a no makeup day here and a full smoky eye tomorrow and not care. I will rock a smoky eye in the middle of the day, okay? But let me know your thoughts. And also, now that I'm kind of, the wheels are turning, I'm thinking of doing the eyeshadow tutorial. What eyeshadow palette would you like me to use of the 6? Let me bring them up here. Of these. All the ones I talked about is gonna be, do you wanna see this one? Do you wanna see with one of the Mario? Do you wanna see with the Morphe, ABH? Or the Rare Beauty? Let me know, because I think that'll be a good idea to do either like a easy tutorial, just like an everyday, maybe something like this, or a smoky eye. Do you want to see an easy everyday or smoky eye? Let me know your thoughts, because I really want to know, so I am ready to film. I'll probably be filming that video this weekend, So there'll be some time for you to let me know what you guys want to see, because I really want to go back to really teaching and talking about products, textures, feelings, and having you see exactly how products apply, which I still, of course, I do that because I do review makeup, but I kind of want to go back to like teaching and maybe reviewing singular products. I don't know. Let me know your thoughts. I feel like with social media, things change all the time, and I have an itch to change something. I just don't know what exactly. So I need your help. Please help me. But this is it. Thank you so much for hanging out with me and spending a little bit of your day with me. I know this video was quick and straight to the point, but that's how we like it over here. And let me know which one is your favorite eyeshadow palette. Let me know what drugstore palettes you like, and let me know what eyeshadow you want me to use to create a easy eyeshadow look, or do you want me to do a full smoky eye look? Because I could do either one. Oh, by the way, my lip is going to be in the description box. It's been my lip for like the last month. Okay, thank you so much. I love you. And don't forget to subscribe right here, because I'm always here Mondays and Thursdays and lives on Sundays. I need to get back to live. I'm gonna get back to live this Sunday. What's this Sunday? The 7th? Yes. Okay, bye. I love you.